Right, so Harvard Business School done a study that when you respond to a lead in under 5 minutes, you're 100 times more likely to close that lead than a company that responds in 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is still pretty quick. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can connect Claude Code to your Facebook ads. So whenever anybody fills out a form on your ad, we're going to have an AI agent call them, qualify them, and book them in for an appointment. So in this video, we're going to use the example of this company right here. So it's a home remodeling company. They post a bunch of meta ads. When you click learn more, it brings you through to a form just like so, where you will fill in your details, press continue, put in your email, your name, and your number. So if I put my number in here and I press continue, I press submit, my voice agent that I built on Claude Code in literally just one prompt is going to call this number in should be less than 1 minute. I can keep this up right here. So we're receiving a call right now on my phone. Press view. Hello.
Hey, thanks for picking up. Just wanted to make sure now's a good time to chat for a minute about your remodeling inquiry.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, thanks. So just to get started, do you own the home you're thinking about remodeling?
Yeah, I'm thinking of remodeling my my bathroom.
Perfect, thanks for sharing. Is it a full bathroom overhaul you're thinking, or more of a refresh?
Yeah, no, a full overhaul.
Love it, going all in. Just so we send the right designer, most of our bathroom projects start around $25,000. Does that sound about right for what you're looking to do?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Great, thanks for that. Are you hoping to get started pretty soon, or just exploring ideas for now?
Yeah, I was hoping I could get a booking maybe tomorrow at any time.
Let me take a quick look at the calendar. One sec. Great, I've got tomorrow at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., or 11 a.m. Do any of those work best for you?
Yeah, 10 a.m. is fine.
Perfect, I'll lock you in for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Could you please confirm your full name and best email for the calendar invite?
Yeah, my name is John. My email is john@gmail.com.
Perfect, let me lock that in for you. All set, John. You're booked for tomorrow, June 30th at 10 a.m. You'll get a confirmation email at john@gmail.com. Just check your inbox. Anything else?
Okay, so you've seen right there, we filled out the form of any meta ad, got the call within 30 seconds, and the voice agent that we built is connected to our calendar, so it was able to find a free time in my calendar and book me in, as you've seen live here. If we jump in here, we have the person's name, john@gmail.com, we have the person's name, the person's phone number, and everything about this person. So in this video, I'm going to give you the entire prompt so you can build this within just one prompt. Obviously, we have to get some credentials, and you don't have to know how to code. You don't have to know how to do anything. You just have to know how to copy and paste the prompt into Claude Code. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. First thing I need to show you is this prompt that we have over here. Now you can see here, we have part one, which is a couple of manual steps, and this is basically the entire job. All we have to do is get the keys, allow it to connect to our Facebook ad account, our calendar, and our VAPI, so it can build a voice agent. Once we allow it to connect to that, then we have this entire prompt down here. I'm going to leave this down below in the second link in the description for completely free. After we've gotten all of those credentials, we give it this build prompt right here, go over to Claude Code, give it the build prompt, and it's going to build everything for you. So whenever you or a client gets a new lead through a Facebook ad, you can have this AI agent call them, and it doesn't have to be for a building company like us. You can change around the prompt or tell Claude Code that you're building the voice agent for maybe a dentist or a hair salon, and it can change the prompt so the voice agent does the job of whatever industry or niche you are targeting. So the first thing we need to do over here is go to developers.facebook.com. Now when we land over here in developers.facebook.com, obviously a lot of these things you're going to have to sign in, so I would imagine you would follow the sign in process, and then up here you're going to press create app. Now up here for the app, we're going to give this app a name. It doesn't matter what you call it for us. Maybe let's call it the ad caller or whatever. Press next. Now over here we're going to select create and manage ads with the marketing API. We're going to press create and manage app ads in Meta Ads Manager. And we're going to select capture and manage ad leads with marketing API. Select all three of them and click next. Now in here is where you're going to select your business portfolio. If you don't have a business portfolio, come down here and press create a business portfolio, where you'll have to go through and just put in your business name, first name, last name, and email address. I would imagine if you're building this, you probably have a business portfolio because you need an ad account to set this up. So click next. Publishing requirements, none, click next. And then we're good to go. We're going to press create app. Now after we've created the app, we're going to land over here on a page like this. The first kind of credentials that we need is down here in app settings, and we're going to press basic. We're going to come over here and we're going to grab the app ID. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to bring it back over, and for now I'm just going to store all of the credentials in this document that I'm going to leave below. So you can see down here, we're going to go settings, basic. We're going to copy the app ID, which I'm just going to drop in here. Let's just change this app ID. And then it's asking us for also the app secret. So I'm going to press in here, app secret, and let's go over here and grab that app secret, which is going to be this one right here. So app secret, you're going to press show. It's going to give you the app secret, and then just drop it in here. Some long set of numbers like that. And the next thing we need to do is come back over here. I'm going to come down here to where it says privacy policy URL, and you can just put in your website or a Notion page which has a privacy policy URL. Just put in really any website here. Come down here and press save changes. Last step over here is we're going to come up here to where it says publish, and your app is not going to be published. Mine is published because I've already done this, but you can see down here you will have a publish button. Mine has unpublished because obviously it's published, but you're going to press publish. Now that last step where we put in a privacy policy URL, you won't be able to publish this if you didn't put something into that URL section. So make sure you put something in there and press publish. Now that's all of the steps done over here. Let's jump back over here to the instructions and we'll see what's next. Now the next step is to get a page access token, where we need to enable these 3 permissions. Now to do that, we're going to come over here, and it says for a token that never expires, create a system user in business settings, assign the page plus those permissions, and generate its token. Now that can sound confusing, but I'm going to show you exactly what to do. We're going to come back over here to where we were. We were initially on this, which is developers.facebook.com. We're going to get rid of that, and we're now going to go to business.facebook.com. So you can see up here, business.facebook.com. Click enter into here. Now when you land over here, we're going to come down here to where it says settings. We're going to come over here to where it says system users, and in here you're going to have to firstly create a system user. Come up here, press add. Give your system user a name, maybe just your company name admin, or your company name AI robot, or whatever you want to call it, and give it admin access. Press create system user. I already have one created, but the next thing you want to do is when you have it created, let's say mine is called Claude Code, you can come over here and you can press assign assets. When you jump in here, you're going to give it access to the Facebook page in which the ad account is running on. So whenever you run Facebook ads or meta ads, there always has to be a Facebook page. If you didn't know, if you're running ads, you already know this. So you're going to select the Facebook page which you're signed in on. Mine is Work Ready AI. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to select apps. In the app section, you're going to select the one that we've just created. So mine was ads, voice agent, YouTube video, or whatever name you selected in the app section. Then you're going to select that as well. Press done and press assign assets down here. Whenever that's done, you can then generate a token, which is basically the last step over here, and the majority of the hard work out of the way. So you're going to press generate token. When you press generate token, it's going to pop up something like this. We need to select the app that we want to generate the token for. So mine is the ads voice agent. Click next. We're going to set it to expire never, which is fine. Click next. You need to select these 3 options. First one being leads retrieval. Second one being pages manage metadata. And the third one being pages read engagement. You'll be able to see these over here in the instructions as well. You can see leads retrieval, pages read engagement, and pages manage metadata. You're going to select all 3 of them and press generate token. You can see now gives us a token over here. We're going to copy that. We're going to bring that token back over to the instructions again. And we're going to drop that token in here for the page access token. We're going to say, here is the token, just so we remember for later when we give it the prompt, and then we'll put in whatever that token is. You can see it tells us down here we need to keep all of these, which is what we've already done. App ID, app secret, pages access token, and the last one being the page ID. This is really simple. Just jump back over here. Come down here to where it says pages. We're going to select the one that I want, which is Work Ready AI, and we're going to copy the ID, which is right under the name here. So we're going to copy that, bring it back over to instructions, and we can drop it back in here beside page ID. Just drop it in there. Now you don't have to follow me by dropping them into the instructions. You can put them somewhere else. For me, I find this the easiest way to follow. That's all of the Facebook part done, and that's the hardest part by far out of the way. Now all we need to do is get a VAPI connection, a cal.com connection. Each take about 2 minutes each. So we're going to come over here and we're going to get a VAPI API key. To do that, we're going to come over here to VAPI. VAPI is a voice agent building system. It's one of the better ones you can use. VAPI or retail. For me, I use VAPI, but when you sign into VAPI, it's completely free to sign up. You can come down here to where it says API keys, and you're going to copy this private API key. That's all we need to do over here. Copy that, bring it back over and drop it into your doc over here, into your private API keys. Let's say this. And then you can see here for a phone number, we can either get one on Vapi, which they give you a US phone number for free, or we can buy our own phone numbers. Now, there's a couple of things about this. Firstly, if we are using a US phone number, one of the free ones that it gives us, it means you have to call other people in the US. Now, I know a lot of people here won't be in the US, so that's pretty useless. If you're not in the US and you want to buy like a UK number or any type of EU phone number, then you have to go over to Twilio, buy a phone number over there, and then bring it over here. That's another video for a different day. For us, I'm going to imagine you're doing it for the US. You can see here, we can get a free VAPI number, put in an area code, let's say 356. You can press create and it's going to give you a phone number. You can see I have one US phone number right here. That's all we need to do. Create the phone number and Claude is automatically going to find it. Next is cal.com. So we're going to come over here to cal.com, which is going to be our booking system. Over here in cal.com, it's completely free. We're going to come down here to where it says settings. After you've signed in, obviously. And we are going to come over here to where it says API keys. So down here, API keys, jump in here. So down there to API keys, press create new. It's going to give you an API key. Obviously, you're going to give it a name like one of these. And then we're going to bring that over and drop it into the instructions. So again, we can drop the API key into here. Now, the last thing is we need to create a Vercel account. So just go to vercel.com. When you create that account, then all we have to do is run this in Claude Code. Now, we've just done a lot of things there. So quickly before I move on to giving the prompt to Claude Code, I want to explain what we've just done there in simple terms. So step number one here was the Facebook connections, where we've done a bunch of stuff on Facebook. And that's basically me getting all of the credentials, the API keys, the passwords. So when we give it to Claude Code, it has access to our ad account. So whenever a new lead comes in, it's going to trigger the thing that we wanted to trigger, being the voice agent. Secondly, over here was Vapi. Vapi is going to build a voice agent. It's going to allow us to connect a phone number. It's going to allow us to trigger a phone call to the lead that fills out the form. And that's why we connected Vapi. The third connection step over here was cal.com, and that's going to be our booking system. So it's going to find the free slots in my calendar, my cal.com calendar, which is also connected to my Google Calendar. Just makes it really easy to connect to calendars. So it's going to be able to find free slots and book people in like you've seen in the demo in the beginning. And then lastly is Vercel. Vercel is going to host the app first. Now don't worry about all of that. I've made it so simple because when we give Claude Code this, it basically gives Claude Code access to Vercel to do everything without you even having to look at Vercel. So that's basically all of the 4 steps we've done. And then we have the prompt down here, which says to Claude Code, here's what we want to build. Here's how you build it, which is by getting ad leads and giving them a call whenever they fill out a form. It tells it how to build a voice agent, tells it how to build the tools for the voice agent, and that's everything in here. I've spent hours on this prompt so you can use it for completely free. And also, if you don't like something, if you don't want to call every lead, if you only wanted to call certain leads, if you want the voice agent to sound a certain way, all you have to do is ask Claude, which is why this is so good and also so quick to set up. So now we've finished part 4. I'm now going to copy this part in green. We're going to open up Claude Code. I'm going to use Claude Code on anti-gravity. You can use it on VS Code or even on the browser if you want to. But I'm going to use it on anti-gravity. It's also not a video on how to use Claude Code, so we won't show you how to download anti-gravity. Just look up anti-gravity by Google and press download, or look up VS Code, press download, and then open up Claude Code. There's a bunch of different demos you can use. But anyways, we're going to come over here to the terminal. And so you pull up the terminal just from the bottom here. You can see you can pull it up like that. And we're going to paste in that green thing that we just copied. If I press enter, you can see now this is loading right here. And this, what we're doing here is creating the connection to Vercel. We're giving it access to the CLI, which is a command line interface. It basically allows Claude to use the app. So instead of us clicking around the app and pressing this button and getting an API key, it's going to allow Claude to click around the app in like a programmatic way, rather than us doing it each button at a time, or rather than us doing it manually. It just gives Claude basically access to Vercel. After you've done this one, you've pasted it in, we're going to copy this one just for when that's done. So we can copy this. Jump back over here to Claude Code. You can see now it's just done a bunch of stuff. Now when we paste in the second one, it should pop up a browser for us. As you can see there, done this automatically. Gives me a code which I can press allow, and then we can come back over here, and Vercel has been signed in. So we're now signed into Vercel. That is everything. So what I can do now is just copy and paste this entire prompt. It's actually not best practice to drop your API keys into the chat, so you should realistically not drop this in. You should say, give me the place where I should drop in the API keys, where Claude Code will give you the exact place to drop them in or to paste them in. But for me, I don't really have an issue as I'm going to get rid of those API keys. So we're going to copy the entire prompt now after Vercel is connected. We're going to paste it in here. And when we press enter, it's going to go ahead and start building everything for us. Now, because Claude is going to do all of the work, you're not going to see everything happen. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to create that connection. So it's going to create the code so a connection to your ad account is up and running. Second thing it's going to do, it's going to create a Vercel project. So if we come over here to Vercel, when I type in Vercel, I open vercel.com, it brings me to the home page where I created this project right here, which pushes our project of what we're doing, pushes it to the web so we're able to use it on the web, or so Facebook is able to have somewhere to push the leads towards, which is going to be on Vercel. You don't have to really understand it. If we didn't have Vercel, Facebook wouldn't be able to push the leads anywhere because all of the code would be on that computer. Again, it's a bit complex. You don't have to understand that. After it's done, then over there on Vercel, it's going to create a voice agent for you. It's going to do that over here on Vappy. So over here on Vappy, if I come over here to my assistants, you can see we have Jordan Summit Home Remodeling. Claude did all of this after I gave it the prompt. And it says, hi name, this is Jordan calling from Summit Home Remodeling. You just requested info about remodeling your home. Did I catch you at an okay time? So that's the first message. It's going to say when somebody picks up the phone, and then we have the entire prompt here telling the voice agent how to act, how to use the booking tools, etc. You can see if it was your first time building the voice agent, this can be quite complex. If you just give it to Claude Code, it does it all for you. You can even click over here and see that Claude Code created the tools. So whenever it rings anybody, or the AI rings anybody and it needs to book them in, it's going to book them in over here to your cal.com account. So I've already given it the prompt. It's come out with something like this. I've gone back and forth with it. So you can see now it tells us, once it's all done, it tells us everything that has been built. So the Facebook lead ads to Vappy voice agent pipeline, it's live on this URL, which is the Vercel that we've just created. It says what's deployed on Vercel. It's going to be 3 endpoints. So the first one is going to be the API webhook, which is what Facebook sends the lead to. Second one is going to be the tools, so Vappy is able to check availability or book somebody into cal.com. And then the third one is going to be this one for a demo form endpoint for whenever we want to demo test this. So it says the landing page is going to be this, which if we want to test it out, we can go to that. But for us, we want to actually test it out on Facebook's tester, which I'm going to show you how to use now in a minute. The Vappy agent is Jordan, standalone tools attached, which is going to be the check availability in the book appointment. System prompt is warm appointment set for summer home remodeling, etc. And then it knows the current time, and the model is GPT 4.1. Facebook side of thing, the app is in live mode. Webhook is subscribed at the page level. So everything is set up. Cal.com is in, and the env variables are in Vercel. That just basically means the entire thing is done. Now, if we want to test it out of what it would be like on an actual live lead form, we can come back over here to developer.facebook.com, and we can come up here to the tools section. Up here in the tools section, come down here and select all tools. And we're going to use this tool down here, which is the lead ads RTU debug tool. And this is to make sure that the API or the CRM integration is set up correctly in receiving data, which is exactly what this voice agent is. It's just an API call to let Vappy know that we wanted to call that lead. So when you come over here, select the business portfolio. Mine is Work Ready AI, and then select one of the forms that you want to use. If you're running ads, you most likely already have a form. If you don't, it will give you a test form. So you can select, let's say, test form campaign. I can press preview form. It's going to pop up the form in which I put in my name and my phone number, and then we click submit. And then when you click submit, you will see something like this, which basically means that your app ID, which is your app that we've created, has successfully called the Vappy endpoint. So you'll just basically just see success here and all of this payload, which just means that the information was sent over, and the phone number that you put in here should receive a call. But that's going to be it for this video. That's an entire build from start to finish on how you can set this up for yourself. This is extremely valuable to your business or any business out there that is running Facebook ads. Although voice agents are not at the space right now where they sound human, and I don't think you should try and make them sound or act like a human, because that's where you get found out, and that's where people get annoyed, or leads receiving calls start to get annoyed. It's always best to lead with, this is the AI voice agent, and people are most of the times open to that because they've just received a call in 30 seconds, they're fully qualified, and they're booked in for an appointment, which a lot of people will appreciate, rather than waiting 48 hours or a week to receive a call from a person. So that's a big mistake I see a lot of people trying to do, is try and make this sound like a person when it's not, and it never will come across like a person. At least at this stage where we are now, people will always pick up that it's an AI. But anyways, that's the entire video. Second link in the description if you want to get the prompt that I used in this video. First link if you want to start your own AI